Okay, so we are approaching Haikey Creek Park. And if I were to sum it up, I would say it is a combination of a number of picnic areas and playground areas that run along Garnett Street, starting that way at 121st Street. And I think it's pretty much half a mile across, something like that. But it pretty much looks like this all the way around. So it's that. You have restrooms like that, trash cans like that. And I'll walk over to this playground. But then you also have a large disc or frisbee golf course here too, which is pretty fun. Some parts are a little buried in the woods. There's plenty of parking here. Like you have that parking circle there, that right there. And so you don't have to walk a long distance, you know, if you want to have a picnic with the family, you have grandparents or the people who have mobility issues. You know, the picnic and park playground areas are pretty close to where you park. So that's cool. So really just imagine this area that I'm showing you. Do a brief little 180, and there's also parks across the street kind of similar to this. You got some volleyball, but basically if you just multiply this area by 10, and that's Haikey Creek in a nutshell. So other than the frisbee golf area, which I'm not going to walk around and show you, you can kind of get a glimpse of that here. So I would say this playground is for probably 5 or 6 year olds and under 2-year-olds. So it's got the wood chips going on, which is not as good as the turf because can be rough on the feet and stuff, and that's really old school with the sand. You don't see that anymore. But yeah, you got this little playground for kids. Not too much going on. So, and then there's more parking over there. So I'm not sure if you have to reserve these areas or not. I don't think you do. I think there may be some that you do. I'm not sure. But so you have little picnic tables out here and stuff. And you got little grills over all around here. And it's the area where you can play catch, throw the football around, different things like that. The other thing that I'll say about Haikey Creek is that there is plenty of shade. So you have artificial shade, like that covered area right there, that one over there, and then these trees right here. So these picnic benches are well shaded, so you know you can pick and choose that sort of thing, and that's important, especially when it's very hot. You're going to be outside for a little bit because there is not a splash pad around here, so that's something that's very important if you have children. If they're not getting the water, you want to make sure they're drinking a lot of water regardless, and also that they do get some shade and wear some sunscreen. So yeah, there's an example of a frisbee golf hole right here, but I'm just driving around. This is kind of how it goes. It just kind of winds around, and there's all these little areas. And you got trash cans, you can dump your trash. And this park does have restrooms, like I said, you see here. And it is actually well policed, as that sign says. Like I was just driving around here and I saw a police officer riding through here, so they do come through, you know, make sure there's no funny business going on. And here you have another, you know, larger open area without trees. If you wanted to kick the soccer ball around that thing. I mean, it is really for frisbee golf, so you want to be mindful of people playing frisbee golf. But yeah, there's a lot going on here. And so across the street, there is a little workout, little gym thing that you can use. I think it uses your own body weight. Kind of like the one they have off of Riverside. And there's also a jogging trail here as well. So there's a map of that here, and these areas are more open on this side. So like if you're gonna go picnic and you want a little bit more sun, the other side of the street will provide that for you. And so, you know, I mean, there's Garnett right there. It just runs through, and typically, so there's another policeman right there, but typically you don't have a ton of people speeding through here. And it is a safe area, and it's a clean and well kept area, so very good. The trail goes, It looks like it starts like here and then it runs around here and up where you see that guy jogging. Okay, and if you aren't familiar with Frisbee golf, this is like a typical stand right here where, got some advertisements, where you would stand here and you basically shoot for that, that hole right there. So, yeah. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a walking trail or the jogging trail. So that's good because it's gravel, so it's a little bit softer on your feet. And it does go through some shaded areas. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this is kind of like a riverside. Basically, this is, Haikey Creek is almost like, it really is almost like a riverside trail. But instead of following the river, it just follows Garnett Street because this trail kind of goes from here and runs all around here. I'm sure it circles back, so that's a little bit different. As you can see, that's the jogger that I mentioned earlier, but it circles around this little area. So there's a bit more real estate here than, you know, versus off of Riverside, but it's kind of the same concept. So we just passed 121st Street and Garnett intersection, the 121st Street and Garnett intersection, and now we're driving through or down Garnett. We're going north on Garnett, and then this is just a quick look at Haikey Creek as you drive through it. Again, forgive me, my window is dirty, so I could have tried to clean it up, but I forgot to. But yeah, I mean, obviously this runs along Haikey Creek, so, you know, it's somewhere behind these woods. Okay guys, at this point I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up, and thank you all for watching. As always, my video does not do this park justice, so to really get the full measure of what this park has to offer, you want to see it for yourself. But I hope this gave you a little glimpse of what it's like, and I will see you in the next one.